You're welcome to my channel. We are still on the second topic in business research skills or research methods, which is planning for research. Planning for research, and in this video we are going to talk about the scope of the study. Scope of the study. In our previous video we talked about the three main concepts of the study, which is the research objectives, the purpose of the study, and then the research questions. So let's look at the scope of the study. Scope refers to the coverage. So in this case, scope refers to the coverage that a researcher wants to consider in his research study. What a researcher wants to cover, what he wants to put in his research. So scope of the study refers to the coverage that a researcher wants to consider in his study, his or her study. It can also be referred to as the limitations of a research study, indicating what a researcher will focus on while conducting a research study. The researcher needs to identify the scope of the study to capture the following areas. So the areas that have to be captured in the scope. So we have the geographical scope. This is mandatory, as in it's a must. And this scope highlights the geographical focus of the researcher. It answers the question, where shall the researcher be focused on? Will it be in the whole of Uganda? Will it be in the whole of Kampala? Will it be in the whole of Mubs? Will it be only in Nakawa, only in Chitintale, Namasua, things like that? So the geographical scope, it highlights the geographical focus of the research. And it's a mandatory, it must be shown. Then we look at the contextual scope. This is also mandatory. This highlights the focus of the researcher as far as the context of the research study is concerned. This means that the researcher needs to indicate where he or she is going to focus as far as the area of study is concerned. Where is he going to focus as far as the area of focus is concerned? If the researcher is going to focus maybe only on mobs as the geographical scope, so he needs to make it clear, like, what is he going to focus on? Is it the academic performance? Is it the way lecturers teach? Is it the classrooms that people are having? Is it the way that students dress? Something like that. So he has to give the context of the research study. And this is also mandatory. It's a must. It's compulsory. Then we look at the time scope. Time scope is relevant, though not mandatory. It's not compulsory. And this indicates the time frame for which the evidence of research is based on. Time considered to be spent while conducting research can also be included in this section, though it's not mandatory. The time he's planning to use or the time that he used, that is the time scope. It's relevant, though not mandatory. Then lastly we have the demographic scope. This reflects the demographic characteristics of the respondents, and this is important to consider as scope in a research study, especially when the researcher is going to deal with a specific type of respondents, e.g. only children, only women, only fathers. So he can describe like which age is he going to consider, the education level, things like that. The demographic scope is also important. So those are the four areas of scope. We have the geographical scope, the contextual scope, time scope, and then the demographic scope. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, and watch my next video. We shall be talking about research significancy or justification.